Yeah, excited. For Jarvis and Cam to receive the individual honors. When your team has great team success, you're going to have individual players that are honored. And Cam had a tremendous freshman year. It's great that he's on first team All-League. He's done a great job in his growth all season long, and I think the players around him have done a great job of really embracing him and helping him in his progress and his growth. So it's great to see his honor. And then Jarvis, has had a tremendous impact on our team, especially with the loss of Daniel and Garrett and really even Ivan Ask over the last 2 years. Jarvis has really stepped into a big role, and to average a double-double all season long has been terrific. So both those guys very happy for. And then congratulations to J.J. Mann and Coach Bird, very well deserved and much deserved for their recognition. And I've said all along, Corey Walden reminds me of a Murray State player. So that doesn't, I vote. Very deserving for Corey to be Defensive Player of the Year. Love his toughness and I love his energy, and he's got good strength and size at his position. So, so that's it.
What does it say about Cameron to be the only freshman on a team full of seniors on the first team?
Who says he's good? And he's really grown into a great role for our team. And the best thing about it, and somebody actually it was Coach Henson said it after we played them. I was, we were struggling at that time, so every coach we'd play, I'd call and say, hey, or most of them that I knew, I'd call and say, hey, do you have any advice, man? What do we got to do to get better? And Coach Henson made an interesting comment. He said, hey, it's amazing, watch your guys play, because you have a freshman that leads you in scoring and shooting attempts, but your kids look like they have great chemistry. So I thought that was really an interesting way to look at it. And what it says is we do have good kids that have really embraced Cam and made him be able to grow into the player he is. And then Cam, obviously, with such a great IQ and such a great feel for the game and ability to score and make other people better. He can lead you in scoring and he'll still get 7-8 assists. So, he can make the great shot as well as make the great play.
How has he handled Saturday's disappointment with free throws? A couple days has passed.
I talked with him. The first thing I told the team at the end of the game, in the locker room, really on the bench, because right after it happened, the first thought process as a coach is, man, I need Cam Payne to be good this second overtime. We got to move that, and TJ did a great job really trying to get him back going. And, we weren't able to get it done the second overtime, and just told the team that, I'd love Cam in that situation Saturday night. Would kill for it, tie game, 3 seconds to go, to go to the NCAA tournament. And, on the bus, he was broken up pretty good, so just went back there and tried to spend some time with him. And then Sunday exchanged some text messages and just told him how much confidence that, not only I have, but the staff has and the team has in him. And, we look forward to him being in that situation again. But didn't really see him yesterday. We were off yesterday for the most part. They were around here. He was actually in here shooting free throws, so I just really waved at him. So I'll visit with him more today. But I think, it'll always be something, that's 2 years in a row we had free throws for a championship, but it didn't happen. So there's a bigger plan out there and a better plan out there for us.
How was the team as a whole? Obviously off yesterday, but just...
They were good. Yeah, I think they understand. A regular season championship to me is the toughest thing to win, and that's why they're so special. And we were obviously for a free throw away from winning one, and it would have been terrific, and I think those guys understand that, but now they understand that we have to get better this week in practice. And, Jonathan Farrell was in here working out with Coach Small yesterday and running sprints, on his own, and Cam was shooting free throws, and Jeff Moss was getting his shots up, and that stuff on those guys, TJ Sapp, that stuff they were doing on their own. So they understand what's at stake, and they understand that we've got to get better in some certain areas this week. So I'm looking forward to practice this afternoon.
What do you do to make sure they have that pop when they come in? You've talked about that so much the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we didn't have a great pop last week. We did the week before, and we had a long week the week before. We had weights on Monday. It was individuals on Tuesday, and it was 3 full days of practice leading up to Moorhead. Really, it was just, we were really almost off Monday last week and practiced 2 days, but just didn't really couldn't really hit it the way I wanted to. It was good at times, but just not consistent enough. But I'll talk to them again in the locker room, make the couple-point emphasis that we need to do on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. But today will be really a fundamental defensive day.
In your past couple of years, have you noticed that this week maybe the focus from the guys and their attention to detail is cranked up a little bit more?
Yeah, it always has. Even last year's team, even once all that stuff was behind us, and we had the bad finish. We finished the last week, really struggled, and didn't play great. But when we came in that next week, they were really dialed in, and they were dialed in against Eastern Kentucky. We played well, and they were dialed in against Belmont. We played well there. We just didn't finish the game. So these guys, I think they gave me a number. Neil Bradley yesterday with the radio show gave me a number. I think we have about 21 points of tournament experience. But that stuff doesn't matter. We've played 30 games, 29 games, 28 games, whatever it is. So these guys are ready, and we'll have should be a home contingent for us down in Nashville, so it should be a lot of fun.
What type of role do Dexter and Jeffrey play in terms of their conversations with the guys and getting them prepared for this experience?
Going into this week, I haven't, I don't know if they've spent a lot of time and talked to them much. I really don't know. I hadn't been around them. Like I said yesterday and Sunday, we were totally off, so everybody was kind of away from it. But I'm sure they'll share a little bit. And they can lean on them for experience, but every team's kind of, even Belmont, it's JJ Mann's really the only, the one. Bradshaw played some in the tournament. Chamberlain probably played some, but everybody's in a new situation. So we'll be fine. We just need to be locked in on the defensive end.
Hey, Coach, I was just looking at the conference stats here. You've almost got 4 guys with 30-plus three-pointers. You shot it extremely. It's like almost 40% in conference play, and I think you're number 1 defending it. It's all that stuff inside the arc, isn't it? That's kind of got you sideways with the defensive field goal percentage.
Yeah, our defensive field goal percentage. We got our stats from this past week weren't very good defensively. We need to get back to dominating people on the glass, and we need to defend to have a better defensive field goal percentage. It just hasn't been great at times, but I still think statistically, we're in the top 3 in most of the defensive stats in the league. But to be dominant, you have to be more consistent, and we haven't been consistent. But we can score, but we can't rely on just trying to outscore people like we did this past week. It came and bit us at SEMO. We have to get back to executing our game plan and understanding what's important, and that's defense. And said all year season long, I think whoever has the best couple defensive performances, I think they'll win down in Nashville.
How much comfort would it give you to know you guys could find that again this week and pull out that defensive card Friday night?
Well, you just can't pull it out on Friday. We better prepare today. We better prepare tomorrow and Thursday. But we have it in us. We've shown it. We've made a lot of growth. We didn't have it early. If this was November, December, we sure didn't have it. But we showed it, in conference play at times that we're definitely capable of, of locking people down and shutting people down and defending and being dominant on the glass. And we need to put that together just on Friday right now. And then, we'll get to Saturday, and then we'll worry about Saturday.
Does coaching a team without expectations of the OVC tournament in terms of what to expect, is that almost to your advantage because these guys don't really have any previous?
Yeah, Jarvis was talking to me yesterday. He said, "Coach, you nervous?" I said, you're always going to have butterflies. That's just part of, that's part of being in great events. I said, you want some of the butterflies. I said, but if you're nervous at all, I said, just, pressure needs to just put pressure on the coaches and the coaching staff, and you guys just need to go play and have fun, and that's what we need to do. And but I think you have fun by getting stops and scoring, not by giving up a bucket and going to get a bucket. We're having too much fun doing that.
Is this week just all about you guys, since you don't?
Yeah, today for sure is. Tomorrow mainly is. We may do some things Eastern Kentucky-wise from a offensive. You have to change some things, what you do offensively against them, so it may be a little bit of that tomorrow. And then Thursday will basically be half of us and about a fourth for EKU and a fourth for the SEMO EIU winner, and then we'll get down to Nashville and watch that game Thursday night.